Okay, so now onwards we are going to talk about this MoGraph option of Cinema 4D, and it's very important option to create motion graphics in Cinema 4D especially. So watch it carefully. Now we are going to talk about effectors over here. If you see, you will get so many effectors, but this effectors not work on each and every object. It works on only those objects who are present over here like this. Okay, so let's see how. Now we have know that what is cloner and how we can manipulate that. So let's do one thing. We will create one cloner and we will bring one object inside this like this cube. I'll move this cube inside this cloner. I'll go to the cloner, and instead of linear I'm going to choose grid array, and I don't want any distribution on y-axis, so I'll make it 0. I'll go to my top view and I'll increase this size from here and size from here, and let's increase this segments over here and over here, not segments but counting of that cubes. Okay, so we are good with our distribution properly like this. And now as I said, we are going to learn what is effectors. So effectors are going to affect only those who are present over here. Like if you see, there are green options over here, so effectors only work on them. Okay, so to apply effectors, what you need to do, very simple process. If you select this cloner and if you see over here at the last, you will get this option known as effectors. So over here you need to include your effectors. So to apply effectors, all you need to do, simply select this cloner, go to the MoGraph, go to the effector, and then you need to choose what you want to apply. Now initially we will start with the basics, which is our plane. So I'll simply click on it, and from the icon if you see over here, we have one axis and then two cubes over here. Now when you apply this effector, as you guys know that the position is quite different. For example, if I delete it, let's say, and then I'll again select the effector, and if I apply, as you guys can see, there is one displacement in the position of this cloner on y-axis. This is because if you see the plane axis, I mean plane effector, and if you go to the parameter over here, if you see, position y is 100 centimeters. So basically this plane is affecting this cloner by increasing some units in position y. I can do this thing similarly for x and z like this. I can do this for scale option like that. Right now it's different on x and y, but over here you will get this option known as uniform scale. So if you click on it, now you can adjust the scale of each and every one at the same time like this. Then I can change the rotation also. So basically this is useful to apply different parameters to your object like that. Now what we will do, let's do one thing. We will make x position 0, y position 0, and I mean y position, z position is 0, and y position, let's say 300. Scale I'm going to choose -1 like this, and let's change the rotation to 90. Okay, so because our position scaling is -1, we cannot see that. But when you want to animate also these things, then there are certain things that you need to understand, like fall off. Now if you guys know that even in emitter section, we have understand that whenever they are going to certain like fields, they are going to be their fall off. Fall off is basically the area where they are going to affect only, not anything where else. Okay, so in plane, if I go to the fall off, the first fall off they will provide is linear. So simply click on it, and after, as soon as you apply, you will get something like this. Now this linear field is parent with this plane. If I select this separately, then I can move this from here to here, and when I move, as you guys can see, we will get this kind of animation. So let's do one thing. I'll increase the size of it like this, and we will go to the plane, we will go to the parameter, and instead of -1, I'm going to make it, let's say, not 0.5, but let's say -0.5, let's see, or even less than that, so at least I can see my object. Okay, like this. I'll rotate it like this. I'll select this linear field and I can move this over here. So basically what is happening over here, if I select this linear field, and if you see the direction over here, it's plus x, and plus x, which means this red pointer, wherever this red pointer is going to point, that is your plus axis, and opposite is minus axis. So plus axis means on this side, and if you see on this side only, they are going to apply those parameters which we have assigned in our parameter section of this plane. So that is the purpose of giving direction. If I change it like -x, then as you guys can see, we will get this thing in opposite direction. So this is how you can manipulate any parameters over here, and then you, with the help of this field, you can animate that. So right now I'll select this linear field and let's make this minus plus to plus x. I'll move this linear field over here. I'll select this linear field. I'll create one keyframe. I'll go to 90 frames and I'll select this and I'll move this from here to here like this, and we will create one keyframe. Okay, so if you hit play now, we will get something like this. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's select this linear field and let's make it minus x, and let's see, we will get this kind of animation. So let's move our camera like over here, and now I'll select this plane and now I'm going to make it -1. And now if you hit play, you will get something like this. So this is how this entire effector things is going to work, and this is the same procedure for all of these effectors. We are going to understand few of them, not all of them, but few of them are very important that we will understand uh, right now. If you see, we have one animation, but if you see, this animation looks very normal and set, quite rigid. I want to make that animation a little bit smoother. So what I can do, I can select this cloner, I can go to the move graph, I can go to the effectors, and then we will get our second deformer, which is delay. So from name itself, it will delay your animation, which results that your animation is going to be smoother. So if I select this cloner and apply this delay effector, and if I play this animation now, I'll get something like this. To understand the difference between, let's do one thing. I'll select this delay and I'll hit delete, so we don't have any delay deformer, I mean effector. Select both of them and I held alt G to make this group like this. Okay, and by holding control, I'm going to create duplicate of this null. So now basically we have two cloners which are affected by their each and every individual plane effector. Now I'll select this one and I'll go inside this. I'll select this cloner and I'll select this move graph. I'll go to the effector and I'll hit delay, and in delay you are not going to get any parameters, but you will get this option that on which parameter you want the delay effector should apply. Like if you want, then you can deselect certain points. Like if you deselect it, the delay deformer is not going to perform their duties towards the position scale, etc. So I'm going to enable all of them, and then I can go to the effector and I can change the strength of it. Right now it's 50, so let's do one thing. Let's make this 80 to 85. And now if I see this animation, if you see, this animation is quite smoother as compared to this. If you play it again, you will get something like this. I'll make this to 110 like this. So if you can see, this animation is quite smoother as compared to this. Then the way to behave of this is depends upon the mode. Right now it's blend. If I choose even, then this animation is going to be even for each and every one like this. If I choose spring, let's say, then we will get a little bit of bounciness along with this animation like this. If I choose, let's say, 50, and then if I hit play, as you guys can see, we will get a little bit of bounciness over here. So this is about the plane and delay effector. We are going to talk about other deflectors in the next video.